Hello, I'm Erin J. Doyle. Welcome to my channel, coming to you from the dog's bed in the conservatory because it's the only place with even vaguely acceptable lighting because today is very, very overcast. Now, aside from the weather, what do I have to tell you? I have an update. So, some of you who have been with me for a little while will be aware of my Portal fantasy and the fact that I started working on it because I felt this would be the easiest story to work on whilst I was doing my PhD. From the moment I learned I was going to be moving to England, I started going through my stories to be ideas to find the one that would be the easiest to write, and then I spent a whole bunch of time plotting it. And I was really confident in my choice. The story requires no research, it's got no feelings for me involved, so it's not going to be like emotionally taxing to write at any point. And it's so fantastical. If something's hard to justify or explain, I can just be like wizard and the job is done. I started writing it. I think I started it in like January, February maybe. I've only written about 1,500 words and I'm not super happy with them. Now part of this is that chapters 1 and 2 both have a violent event. One's an accident and one's a fight. And I find action hard to write. So I've started the story off with like, oh god, pulling teeth. Because it's just like, I don't know. There's a man, oh no, he has a knife. What does he do with it? I don't know, something fancy, I guess. Like, so that has made it difficult to get into the story. But I also had several things that I've been continuing to think about even as I started to write it. Like, I wasn't 100% on the ending. Like, I knew the direction I was going in, but I didn't know exactly how everything was going to be resolved. And something I was particularly struggling with in terms of how I was going to do it, I hadn't got there yet, but I knew coming up I was going to have issues with I've got a character who's living in sort of mundane, like ours, version of Earth, and in a multiverse, and they are transported to a fantasy world, and there's magic and stuff, as Portal fantasies will always have, and they learn the magic system, which is present throughout all my multiverse stories, or will be once they exist on paper, and this meant I had the potential fun, I thought, of discovering that magic is real and that, oh, you too can learn it kind of thing. And the magic system I think is interesting and it has a lot of potential in terms of like the things that you can do and how neat it can be, but it's boring to learn. It's really hard to master, very slow as a consequence, and it's boring. Like, people don't master this magic system because it's hard. And so I was like thinking ahead to how I was going to write in somebody having a fun and entertaining adventure whilst like studying. And I wasn't quite sure how that was going to go, and yeah, so it's been a slow time, and it's not like I've not had a fun time writing the bits that I've written, but like I've been writing them very slowly and being aware that they aren't great and that I was going to have to come back and rework everything I had already done, and I was really just pushing through so that I had some idea of how it started so I could get to the bits that I was more confident that I could write comfortably and well. So that's my update on that. The other update for that story is that it is currently back on ice because too hard. But also, last Wednesday, maybe Thursday, I had an idea for a story. And it was just a little idea, just like concept. And I thought, well, yeah, the story's like this big thing has happened in the world, but it was really just the story of like one person experiencing that in their like little corner of the world and living their little quiet life, and then, oh, this big world event has happened, goodness, kind of thing. And I thought maybe it's not a big story, so maybe what I could do is take that and then all of the ideas on my massive to write list, which I've written down because they are ideas for stories, but I know they're not great and there's not really a whole book there. Maybe I could take all of them and make them into short stories, and once I have figured out a name for my multiverse, I could have a collection of short stories like Tales of the whatever I call it multiverse, and that way I could still use these ideas which aren't really book worthy, and I could put them all in, and also people would already be familiar with the multiverse and its magic system, so I wouldn't have to go through great lengths of explaining some of the difficulties and the stuff that's happening. I could just be like, wee stuff! And I was quite happy with this idea for about a day, to the point where I was thinking, I'm going to make a video about it. So this must have been like Thursday. I was thinking that, because I remember thinking, ooh, maybe I'd like quickly film it this afternoon and post it instead of the video that I've already started making, which is chaotic and not that great. I mean, if you saw the last video, you knew that was chaos. No, it was chaos. So that was Thursday last week. I was thinking, yes, a collection of short stories is what I will have. By Friday afternoon, I had decided that this brand new idea, no, it's actually a book. By Monday, I had written over 3,000 words. So I'm putting my Portal Fantasy back in the fridge just to like continue marinating until I'm ready to work on it again. And for now, I'm going to be going forward with my new idea. I mean, it's easy to write. Why wouldn't I just dedicate it? Like what time I have to the thing that I can be productive with and that's not difficult. I have to figure out what I'm going to call it when I'm talking about it in videos. Not least of all, so I know what playlist to put this video in. Because, in case you hadn't realised, a little while ago I reorganised all of my playlists to group videos on particular topics, and so each different book that I'm working on has gone into its own playlist. So this will get its own playlist and I have to know what I'm going to call it. So I have to make that decision before like Friday, and today's Wednesday, and I have to go and do uni work instead of this. So I will actually have to run off and do that, so this video will have to end here. I have my 9-month review for my PhD coming up in June, but I have to submit the paperwork for it at the end of April, so I'm writing like what I'm going to do. Like I have decided and now I have to word it and I'm going, have I decided? So that's taking up some time. So I need to go and continue working on that, even though it is now after 5. I'm just not pleased with the progress I've made. So I'm going to go do that. And I suppose next time I see you, I guess I'll have an update on whether I have continued with the brand new idea, what I'm going to call the brand new idea, or have I just gone, okay, I had a moment of idiocy, now I'm back to the Portal Fantasy, which was actually plotted, what the hell happened to me last week? I guess we will find out together. So with that, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!